All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In accordance with 940 CMR 2910, remote participation adopted by Greater Lowell Technical School Committee on April 17, 2014, Committeeman LeMay will be participating at tonight's meeting remotely due to geographic location. If we could have a roll call, please.
Mr. Narco?
Here.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yeah.
Mr. Getchia?
Yeah.
Mr. Moran?
Yeah.
Mr. Richardson?
Yeah.
Mr. Hogan?
Yeah.
Mr. LeMay?
Here.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes, here. Mr. Richardson, has anybody signed up for public appearance?
None.
None. Okay. School committee communications, are there any? No? Great. Report of our student representative is in our folder. Actually, it's on the desk before us. Our student representative is currently playing in an all-star basketball game. So she's unable to be with us, so feel free to read it. If you have any questions, feel free to call the superintendent or myself about anything that we have on her report. If we could have a motion for the approval of minutes on February 16, 2023.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Getchia, seconded by Mr. Moran. Roll call.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. LeMay?
Here.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes. Okay, if I could have a motion to waive the reading of the warrants.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Moran, seconded by Mr. Sheehan. Roll call.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yeah.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. LeMay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Here, yes. If I could have a motion to approve the expenditures for the sum of $4,631,384.08 for the past month.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Getchia, seconded by Mr. LeMay. Roll call.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. LeMay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes. Next on the agenda is the report of our general counsel. We have none this evening. So next, I'm going to turn this meeting over to our superintendent director, Ms. Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item on my agenda, I'm happy to report that Greater Lowell Tech has been awarded an Improving Ventilation and Air Quality in Public Schools grant from the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education in the amount of $331,848. This grant will be used to fund upgrading ventilation in the auto technology and auto collision programs. The next item on my agenda, I'd like to ask the committee for approval to accept a donation totaling $4,169 from the Greater Lowell Community Foundation grant made possible through the recommendation of donors. $4,169 donated. $1,000 was donated from the Merrimack Valley Rotary Club for the Lawrence L. Day Memorial Scholarship Fund for tools. And $3,169 was donated from the Mark and Alicia Saab for the Greater Lowell Technical High School Student Activities Fund to provide annual support for students' activities. A copy of the letters were included in your packet.
Mr. Hogan? Motion by Mr. Hogan, seconded by Mr. Richardson.
Thank you.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan? Mr. LeMay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes.
Next, I'd like to ask the committee's approval for another donation. The donation, the amount of $500 from the AAA Northeast Charitable Fund at the Rhode Island Foundation. This donation was given on behalf of AAA Northeast employee Daisy Delgado and will be utilized by our Students Assistance Fund to assist incoming students with uniform needs in the automotive technology area.
Motion
Approve.
by Mr. Moran, seconded by Mr. Richardson.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay? Mr. Bahu?
Yes.
Moving on to the next item on my agenda is the Cooperative Education Report, which is in your package. The report you were provided indicates a total of 209 students, 184 senior students, and 25 junior students participating in our cooperative education program as of the end of February. However, I'm happy to report that to date, there are 227 total students participating in co-op, 188 seniors representing 36% of the senior class, and 39 juniors representing 7% of the class of 2024. A copy of the February Cooperative Education report is in your packet. And again, just thanking Stacy for the incredible job that she's doing. And with your approval next year and the additional support, we hope to have a goal of increasing the number of students who are out on cooperative education. Next, I'll be seeking the committee's approval on the proposed late night and overnight school-sponsored student travel policy. That policy is in your packet and is based on the Mass General Laws, Chapter 71, Section 37N. I can summarize the policy for you. As far as the approval process goes, any student trip involving late night or overnight travel needs to be approved by the school committee. As far as transportation, the use of vans or private automobiles for late night or overnight student travel should be avoided and motor coaches should be used. Trips planned to include late night or overnight student travel should involve checks of companies, drivers, and vehicles. And selected carriers should be licensed for passenger transportation by the FMCSA or the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, and the individual carrier should have received a satisfactory safety rating. Qualifications established by the Department of Defense can also be used as an approved list of motor carriers. The policy limits in the carrier's insurance policy must meet our district's expectations and guidelines on acceptable insurance policy limits. And as far as scheduling traveling between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m. should be avoided. And that's really a summary of the proposed late night and overnight school-sponsored travel policy. And I'll be looking for a vote to approve this policy.
Any questions?
Motion approved.
Motion to approve by Mr. Sheehan,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Richardson.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
yes,
Mr. Bahu?
Yes.
And finally, I'd like to ask the Assistant Superintendent Principal, Mr. Michael Barton, to join us to provide information regarding the out-of-state travel requests and answer any questions you may have before asking for your approval and vote.
Good evening, everyone.
I'm like.
Thank you. So I'm here before you this evening to seek approval for an out-of-state travel request for 2 electronics instructors, Miss Grace Knight and Mr. Michael McNeil. The purpose of their out-of-state travel, which happens to be to Manchester, New Hampshire, is to acquire both certification for Miss Knight and recertification for Mr. McNeil to become recertified and certified for J soldering for electronic and electrical assemblies. The purpose of this is to ensure that they're certified so they can certify kids, so kids can put it on their resume and then go out for co-op opportunities, employment opportunities. So it's a requirement. The cost is, for Mr. McNeil, total cost, which includes the course, lunch and travel, is $2,521.93. For Miss Knight, it's a little bit more because she's getting certified, and that is $3,588.15. And this will take place on May 22nd through 26th in Manchester, New Hampshire. So I'm seeking approval and a vote for that, please.
Any questions? Motion by Mr. Hogan, seconded by Mr. Getchia. Roll call.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
yes,
Mr. Bahu?
Yes,
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you.
Time to leave it.
And that's the,
You think it's
that's the end of my report. I'll be seeking to go into executive session, or you would ask.
Got that.
Okay.
Okay, next on the agenda would be the report of our business manager, Mr. Michael Knight.
All right, the first item on the agenda tonight is just an update that we held our public hearing this evening at 5:30. And we went through the budget again to see for the whole committee, and things went well with the budget, and I think we're ready for a budget vote. I believe I provided the motion for the budget vote and a transfer to operating to be included in the budget for the committee.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to transfer from the adult ed account $700,000 and the LPN account $800,000 to the FY 2024 operating budget.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
yes,
Mr. Bahu?
Yes,
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to make a motion to approve the FY 2024 budget in the total of $59,504,026. So moved. Second.
motion by Mr. Moran, second by Mr. Richardson to approve the $59 million budget for calendar year 2023 and 2024. Roll call, please.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
yes,
Mr. Bahu?
Yes.
And that concludes
Thank
my
you, Mr. Knight.
report tonight.
Thank you, sir. Good work.
Okay, any questions about any items that are under old business? None. A new business, looks like it's time for our annual reorganization of our school committee officers. So I'd say it's probably time to take a vote.
Mr. Bahu, I recommend Lee Getchia to be the chairman.
Second.
Oh, okay, motion by Mr. Moran to recommend Mr. Getchia as the chairman, seconded by Mr. Narco. If we could go ahead and submit our votes, please.
You're priceless.
You made the motion, so you have to.
You are priceless.
Whatever, we know who you vote for. Yeah.
The mount was in outstanding condition.
It's supposed to be the blind vote.
It can't be.
It's only coming to me.
This would be mine. Where'd that go? It's so quick.
You have a total of 8 for Mr. Getchia.
Okay, 8 votes for Mr. Getchier. So beginning April 1st, Mr. Getchier, you will be assuming this role that I have right now
April Fool's Day?
of
Thanks, Charlie. Exactly. Thanks, buddy.
of the new chairman here at Greater Lowell Technical High School. Congratulations.
you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, nomination for vice chairman.
Nominate Matthew Sheehan.
Oh, nomination
Second.
by Mr. Moran for Mr. Sheehan. Seconded by Mr. Getchier for Mr. Sheehan. Okay.
Thank you.
Whatever.
That would be 8 for Mr. Sheen as well.
Okay, beginning April 1st, Mr. Sheehan, you will be our new vice chairman here at Greater Lowell. It's actually listed on my ballot.
I
I
appreciate
voted
that.
for the
I
top
really
vote getter, Mr. Sheehan, for the vice chairman here at Greater Lowell
There's
Tech.
gotta be a plaque next to my nameplate.
I think an asterisk.
That's whatever.
But anyway, we'll make that work.
Okay.
So anyway, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you.
Lastly,
He didn't win by 20,000 votes, did he?
he won by about 896. He's calling it 1,000. He rounded it up, but that's okay. It's all good. Anyway, if we could have a motion for a nomination for a secretary.
I'll nominate Paul Moore for secretary.
Okay,
Seconded.
Mr. Sheehan nominates Paul Moore for secretary, seconded by Mr. Richardson.
And that's 8 for 8.
8 votes
8
for
votes for
Mr.
Mr. Moran.
Moran as secretary, a 3-time chairman. Coming up in the ranks, is going to be our secretary here at Greater Lowell Tech, beginning April 1st. Congratulations, Mr. Moran.
Congratulations, Mr. Moran.
I didn't say it.
Okay, committee person motions.
Make a motion to the substitute teachers, up the pay on the substitute teachers.
Okay? How much?
42.
What's in the sheet? Just read the sheet. Yeah. Right in your agenda. Oh, you don't have the
No, I don't have
revised.
the revised agenda.
Motion,
Motion to up the substitute teachers' rate of pay by $42.50. So non-degree would be $147.50, bachelor's would be $162.50, certified teacher would be $177.50.
Can we just clarify when that will be?
sure. Could I read this from the top of the table here?
Right.
So there's a motion by Mr. Getchier, who just read it out for people that may not hear. Motion by Mr. Getchier to increase the daily substitute rate of pay by $42.50 to our substitute teachers. Our non-degree substitute teachers' salary would become $147.50. If they have a bachelor's degree, it would become $162.50 per day. And if they are a certified teacher, it would be $177.50. And again, that would begin on April 1st.
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Sheehan. Any discussion?
And we just need to get substitute teachers in there. We need to be competitive with the surrounding communities.
Sure.
That's all.
I think it's a great motion.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchir?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay? Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes. Okay. And I'd like to have approval of our minutes in our folder of our budget meetings from February 16, 2023 and March 2013, 2023 Finance Subcommittee meeting. So we could have a motion to approve those meetings that we
Motion.
had.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Motion by Mr. Lemay, seconded by Mr. Richardson. Roll call to approve those minutes.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes. And I am going to need two motions to go into executive session. So I'll read the first one, we can vote on it, and then I'll read the second one, we can vote on that as well. Executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation. If an open meeting may have detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigation position of the public body, and the chair so declares. AFSCME, Council 93, Local 1404. So if I could have a motion to go into executive session for that.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Moran, seconded by Mr. Hogan. Roll call.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes. And then a second motion, please, for executive session pursuant to Mass General Law 30A to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, our senior assistant principal. If we could,
So moved.
motion by Mr. Sheehan, seconded by Mr. Richardson. Roll call to go into our second executive session.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes, and
You're gonna do
and there may be a vote after our meeting,
Okay, I was gonna say,
so
okay.
we may have to come back into a public meeting. Okay, let's have a 10-minute recess, and then we can go into our executive sessions.
Thank you.
We're back out of executive session, so let's take a roll call.
Mr. Narco?
Here.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
You must be gone.
And Mr. Bahu?
Here. Okay, we have a couple of contracts to discuss in executive motion, an executive session, and I think we may have a couple of motions to
Mr. Chairman,
vote
if I
on.
could, I'll make a motion to approve an increase in the level A for the local 1404.
Second it.
Second by, motion by Mr. Sheehan, seconded by Mr. Richardson. Roll call for the
Mr.
increase in level A of AFSCME.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes. Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to approve the 3-year contract for the senior assistant principals negotiated effective July 1st of 2023 for 3 years.
So moved.
seconded by Mr. Narco. Motion by Mr. Getchia, seconded by Mr. Narco.
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay?
Yes.
Mr. Bahu?
Yes. And I will entertain
Can I
a
have these
motion. I will entertain a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn by Mr. Sheehan, seconded by Mr. Moran.
Can I have these back?
Mr. Narco?
Yes.
Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Mr. Getchia?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Lemay? Mr. Bahu?
Yes. Okay, meeting's adjourned. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Congratulate